Okay, so we were discussing Porter Brown and the texture on the Porter Brown. If you can see that it is kind of flat, it doesn't have very much pebble effect or anything else. Now this may be a little bit darker than what you have in the picture, but I've cut a piece 1.25 inches in width, and that does by nature change the taper a little bit on it. We're just going to give it a test run and see if we can get the same effect or the same overlay as you had in the leather that you're trying to duplicate. So with that being said, I'll just get started. I always wrap upside down and backwards, or upside down actually, because I'm left-handed. As you probably know, if you've done any leather wraps, your taper side will lay against the rail here, which would be your switch rail on the saber, the elevated area. So with that being said, we'll go get started. Now, as you can see, I've run this over a little bit long so we can create a little bit thicker overlay initially right off the bat. So I'm going to try to stay right there. If you can see with the camera, I'll try to peel this in a little bit to give you the better angle. You see that there? I'm going to try to overlay that at about maybe 1/2 inch. This is a little more than I normally do. I do about 1/4 inch overlay, but we will try to lay this and keep it similar to what you have in the picture, where you have a thick underbelly there on each coil as it rolls. Now, this Porter Brown is what they call a self-healing leather. As you can see, as I stretch it, it will lighten up. If I stretch it more or I put more force on it, it will lighten up. But you can go back after it's stretched there, you can give it a rub. I don't know if you can see that, and the color will darken back down. That's why they call it a self-healing. It's full of oils and lightly waxed and things of that nature, all the treatments they used to finish leather hides. So I'll look at my picture here just to make sure that we're lined up, and we'll try to get maybe an angle similar to what you sent me. You can see your overlays are much thicker. This will be pretty close to the replication. Now you can they do make other leathers that have a smooth finish, and I may have some of those or may have access, but this Porter is actually a really nice leather. I don't know if you've purchased any in the past, but it has a nice feel, and just it really feels like a natural leather because it has the same process as you might have with an aniline dyed leather. It doesn't have a top coat or anything like that. So when you weather it, when you stain it, or if you add any kind of treatment like that, you'll still have the natural look of the leather. So maybe that will give you a good look. I'll try to get this GoPro in real tight here so you can kind of see the overlay. But with this technique, this is 1/4 inch cut in width, and that width will give you a little more, and it will allow you to play with this overlay and make it a little wider if you're looking for that design. Okay, so maybe that'll help. That'll give you an idea of what we were discussing. Okay, thank you for watching.